Hello everybody, welcome back to Arthenex Plays Sunless Sea. So we got a lot of stuff to do this episode. We're going to make a run up to Wither for some Muter Salt, come back down, probably just head back down to London, resupply, and then head out to the colony, pick up some coffee, and then go back to Khan's Heart to get our trading license, upgrade our network, and then come back here and make sure this guy gets as much coffee as he needs. Right, 7 dark draft coffee beans. So, let's go ahead and get to it. We got to stock up on some supplies before we head out. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and buy... I'm not too worried about cargo space for this run. Let's go ahead and buy 20 supplies. And just to be sure, let's go up to 30 fuel. What else do I have in my hold right now? I got one of these. Oh yeah, romantic literature. So we need to collect 5 of these. I'm not sure where to get them. Oh yeah, and there's the empty mirror catch box. But that's not the only thing I need for that quest. I also need... if I go to my objectives, probably from the Khanate. Okay. This guy, I need a clay man as well. So, but it's nice to get that one objective out of the way. Alright, let's go ahead and head out. So I was quite impressed with the firepower of my ship on the last episode. I'm not sure how useful my aft cannon's going to be, but I'm going to play for a while before I decide if I'm going to switch it out for a secret compartment or something else that goes in the aft slot. Well, I probably should have checked. Did I get a... I do have a recent news. So I'll probably just go ahead and exchange that at the lightship that's up here for another story. I suppose I should also have checked. Make sure I have enough stories to buy a Muter Salt. Yeah, I do. Okay. Because of course in Wither... Well, I probably could have bought some wine to take up here with me, but whatever. It's like I'm missing out on about a 20 echo profit. So I'm not going to go here because I don't have my lantern above my log yet. So there's no point in going there. So there it is. But it's kind of a waste of time. I might be able to hit it on the way back. Oh, there used to be a lightship right here, but it's not there anymore. Odd. I might have to hit this one on the way back then. That one's still there. Maybe it moved out here, because there was a lightship out here that we found last time. Here, yeah, maybe it moved all the way over there. It's a little bit odd, but I guess things really do change in the Z. Alright, let's take care of this guy. As I see, there's a bat swarm off to starboard, off the starboard quarter, but I'm not gonna go chase them down. Prisoner's honey. Okay. If I get a chance, I can drop that off at the other room for some more Blemmingans, which I can bring back to London for romantic literature. It's kind of a dubious trade route at best, but if I'm already there, or I could just sell the prisoner's honey. It's probably worth about as much. I'm kind of curious how much fuel and supplies I burned going up to Wither. I started with 30 fuel and 20 supplies. I certainly go through a lot more supplies now than I did with my old ship, but it's the price of progress, as they say. Might as well stop here for a port report. Yep. Oh, I could do this. This will replace 12 supplies with 12 tomb colonists. You'll need to take them to 3 destinations in the Undersea. Let's see, so that would leave me with 6 supplies. But I could buy a couple more if I need to. I can definitely get up to Wither and back on 6 supplies. So if I need to, sure. Let's go ahead and accept this. I got some spare cargo hold space now. What's this? Oh, drowning pearl. Kind of forgot I had those. I picked those up on the Letter Island. I'm not sure. I think you guys saw that. Yeah, I think you guys saw that. Okay, sure, let's do this. They'd like to go to Shepherd's Wash first, and 2 other destinations after that. Okay. Let's kill these bats. It's worth a little bit of extra supplies. Yep. It's actually worth just as much as the prisoner's honey. Assuming that I would buy the supplies anyway, which of course I would. Which means that effectively cost me, since I had to spend 12 supplies on those colonists. Still don't really want to fight these things. Whoops, I turned combat on instead of turning my light off. They have 400 hit points. Later on, I might start doing a farming these guys and see what they drop. But for right now, I'm more interested in completing the quests that I have. I did turn my light back on. Okay, you just couldn't tell because I was in a really well-lit area. Or maybe you could. I got a little bit of glare on my screen right now, which is making it a little bit hard to see, but not too bad. Alright, so Wither. I was actually here fairly recently, although it was not on screen. I had to pick up some Uter salt to help me cure the surgeon that I have up there. Let's see. I actually think I have Stone's attention right now, but there's nothing I can do here with that. Sure, let's spend an 100 echo on this. I'm kind of curious. The drowned man's brothers, aye, and sisters gave him to the knives and the lacquer. Here we have no lacquer, only snow. Snow comes from the north, lacquer comes from pain. We have it a little easier. Okay. I guess I could do that again, but I don't really want to. Alright. Wither, let's pick up a port report. Let's buy our Uter salt for 5. We can buy fuel for 1Z story, but that's not a good exchange. And I can buy supplies for 2 Tales of Terror. That's okay. I'm good. But yeah, we got the Uter salt. Okay. I don't think I really want to buy an extra one. You don't need it that often, but it is good to know that it's here. All right, and then we'll go ahead and explore the town. Oh, it's this guy. So he's gonna sell me. I can get the troglodyte prawns, or since I have unaccountably peckish, now this will raise my unaccountably peckish. So maybe I won't do that. I'll just get the troglodyte prawns and head out. So since we're up here, we might as well stop at Codex for a port report. And then maybe, let's see, it's not really worth swinging all the way out to the Salt Lions. So we'll just head straight south to Hunter's Keep. Kind of a long journey, but it's the way it goes when you're trying to build up your spy networks without having to make any rolls. Let's see. Let's see. There's a possibility I'm going to have to stop in Venderbite again for supplies. Well, we will try and make it without stopping, I think. But if we have to stop, we will. I don't want to trade a Searing Enigma away, so let's compile a port report. And then head out. So this is going to be kind of a long, probably eventless journey. So what I may do is just cut out. Well, we'll see. I was thinking maybe I'll cut out this part of the journey and just pick it up again when we get back to London, because, I guess I could tell you about some of the things that I've discovered while I was doing the grinding. I did stop by that Geode Island again. That's in the far southwest, and this time there was a new option there. I could speak to the person in charge, and I think I made a fairly easy roll. And now I can't remember actually what was in the conversation. So I had this conversation with this guy, and one of my crew members left and stayed behind, and I don't know why or what for, but it was kind of an interesting. And then afterwards, I have a new option. I can go back there with a bunch of crew, more crew than I could fit on my last ship, actually. Although I could fit them, I could fit them on this ship, and I don't think we need to stop at Venderbite after picking up those bats, and presumably trade them away for something. And I don't know what that's going to do, but I might do that at some point too, just to see. We might as well kill this guy. We can use him to reduce our hunger, and it also reduces terror a little bit when you kill a Z monster. Not much, but like 4 points. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to up my Veils. Veils, I think. I don't know. I mean, getting to 40 mirrors was important. Of course, I'm way over that now. But Veils has just been really useful in this game. There's been all sorts of opportunities to make Veils checks. And I think that definitely, I'm really happy I went with the Street Urchin background, because I think it's been, the combination of being able to sneak past monsters, like we can sneak up on this guy here. Oh, that's a cruiser. Well, let's try it. See, he still hasn't seen me because my Veils is so high. Now he's looping around. Now he's seen me. I'll keep him. I'll get one more shot off with my ass cannon. Oh, that's a torpedo. Wow, those things have a short cooldown. And they stagger me, which means that I can't use my weapons for a short period of time. They have a pretty narrow firing arc, though. Interesting. That was an interesting fight. I destroyed a merchant cruiser. Innocent men and women are dead, but that's their problem. And yours, if you're caught. But let's not dwell on that. What now? Interesting. So that was a merchant cruiser. I gained 10 terror, 1 supplies, and a cache of curiosity, which is another prisoner's honey. Interesting. I wonder if that will have negative repercussions. That definitely was not worth it, but there was no way to know that without trying it. Merchant cruiser. I wonder if they London starts sending out merchant cruisers because their supremacy is so high now. Because I've never seen one of those before. Oh right, I was gonna go pick up a port report here. Let's go ahead and do that. So there's I'm a little worried if customs decides to serve me. Did I gain a menace's suspicion for doing that? I wonder. Let's just check real quick. Station supremacy, miscellaneous. There's menaces. Nope, I didn't gain any suspicion for that, so I wonder if there'll be repercussions or not. We'll see. I guess I can't get port reports here anymore. I guess I didn't realize that. Alright, well, we're going to stop by the lightship real quick. Terror is not an issue at the moment. Let's see, we're going to wound up having spent maybe 10 fuel on this journey, and how many supplies? We started with 20, we traded away 12. We picked up 2 from bats, 1 from that ship, so we picked up 3. So started with 20, picked up 3, that was 23. Traded away 12, that's 11, and we have 2 left. So we've spent 9. We spent 9 on this trip. It's an important point for reference, so I remember. Will help me figure out how many supplies I need to take with me for various lengths of voyages. We did not have to buy more at Venderbite, though. Saved us a little money there. So the tourist has to go to Shepherd's Watch, which is fine. That's actually on the way to the colonies. It'll be interesting to see where they want to go after that, though. And back in the Fallen London. I'm going to make this a pretty quick stop off in Fallen London. Just a quick resupply stop off, so before we head out again. Looked our messages. Okay, so let's go to London. Do we have... We have too many... we have too many Admiralty's favors, so let's go to the shipyard. Oh, whoops. London dry dock, not the shipyard. Let's go to the dry dock and repair our ship in the Admiralty yards. And then customs did not search my ship, which is good, so I didn't have to worry about that romantic literature. Now we go to London, go to the survey office, turn in the port reports. Okay. Leave the Admiralty. Now, don't need to hire on more crew. Let's take a look at our new recruit. I don't want to engage a sailor. I have enough. Let's go to my lodgings. Pick up a recent news. Spend time with my family to reduce terror for free. And anything else I need to do there? I don't think so. So let's go to the shops. Buy myself back up to 30 fuel. And 20 supplies with 1 free cargo space left. And I'm just going to go ahead and buy it up. which is fine. We'll need some space for Dark Drop Coffee later, but we don't have to worry about that. By the time we get down there, we should have plenty of space. I hope. If we don't, we can dump some supplies. But I suspect that by the time we get back down there, we'll have plenty of space. So nothing happened as a result of that merchant cruiser for that time. Definitely not going to bother attacking them again, though. Not worth it. So the question is, do I want to stop at the lightship now, or do I want to save my recent news? I think I'll save my recent news. With the lightship being so close to London, I can always stop at it on the way back. So yeah, we've already cleared up 2 inventory slots just from burning a fuel and the supplies. Okay, so our route here is we're just going to follow our usual route. We'll head down here. There's probably going to be a ship to sink. Then we'll head... Yeah, I think I see it over there. We'll head to the Iron and Misery Company funging station. There it is. And then we'll head south to the Abbey. Then we'll head for... whoops. Oh, they got up a shot. Oh well. Okay, Cache of Curiosity. We gained 1 fuel. So then we'll head to the Abbey. Then we'll head down to. I'm already blanking on the name of that port. Fieldhaven in the Shepherd Isle, which is where our passengers want to go, I think. We go down to objectives. Yeah, Shepherd's Wash. I think that's where that is. Should be. Then we'll head to the King of the Drownies. I kind of forget what that place is called. Turn in a story for something good. Then head down to the colony, pick up some coffee. Then it's going to depend on where those colonists want to go. If it's on the way to the Khanate, we'll take them there. If it's not, then we'll see. We'll probably just head straight for the Khanate. Probably stop at the Mangrove College and Gators Morn on the way up there, and Port Cecil, since they're all on the way from the colonies to the Khanate. Okay, compile a port report. I'll just take the free supplies and terror reduction rather than gamble on the Abbey. Hopefully at the Khanate we will be able to pick up some romantic literature for our friend. This is probably going to take us more than 1 episode to accomplish this, I'm realizing, as I'm listing all the things I want to do on this voyage. Then maybe come back here with the romantic literature so we don't have to go through customs in London again. But... the cook is outraged. One of the tomb colonists has woken from his coffin rest and found his way to the stores. When the cook came across him, he had consumed a half wheel of cheese and an alarming quantity of suet. We return him to the hold. I lost the supplies, expostulating all the way. If you had provided me with more commodious quarters, if this ship did not pitch so abominably, a man grows bored, you know. Death is deathly dull. And so on and so on. It's a relief when the coffin lid closes. If only you could nail it shut. Passengers. Now, it's going to be becoming more and more of a priority to get them off my ship as soon as possible if they're going to randomly take my supplies. Is he going to get close enough to attack me? I don't think so. Keep an eye on that sea monster. He did get close enough to attack me. Well, if I turn my light off, I think he'll lose track of me. I don't particularly want to fight him. My aft cannon is drawing a bead on him. But no, I don't particularly want to fight him. So I think this is Shepherd's Wash. Yeah, the salty hinterland of London. Tomb colonists in Shepherd's Wash. No, they haven't brought their own picnic materials. That's your job. Aren't you in charge? They certainly seem to think so. Don't have any wine. The island to the northwest has what might be graves or treasure troves or follows created by villagers that confuse you. Anyway, it'll do as a tourist destination. Alright, well, obviously I have to go there. We saw a drownie, Captain! That's good luck! Well, in Venderbite, we say it's good luck. There's different kinds of dead, eh? Different kinds of dead. What a lovely trip. Where are we going now? Okay, looks like we're going to Khan's Heart next. Well, that's on our itinerary anyway. So, let's pick up some stories and compile a port report and head out. Just a quick stop. Alright, so we're going, what's the name? The Fathom King, of course. The Fathom King. Kind of a cool dude, actually. I wonder if my tomb colonists will appreciate the the journey underwater to see the drowned king. So there's that albino moray. Still not going to mess with him. We have to be careful. We have two vortexes in between these two now that we have to go around. It's quite annoying. I might swing west around them this time. I went east last time. We'll see. Maybe I'll go east because that will move me further away from this, which is where that nasty Z monster hangs out. So if I head east, it's not as might not be as far out of my way. Okay. Let's go compile a port report and see what he's up to. Oh, this is another get my story back and have some free fragments. Okay. That gained a secret for me. Nice. Okay. Finished here. Probably the least exciting of all of the things that can happen when you go there. There's one, so that guy, you get fragments. If you use an emissary from the Khanate is there, you get strategic information, which is probably the best thing you can get from there. The other option is you can get a Tale of Terror, which doesn't use up your lantern, or something awaits you if you want to be technical about it. So we'll just sail straight for this buoy down here. And so you get a Tale of Terror, a little bit of terror, and then you go ask the Fathom King for a boon, and he usually gives you fuel or supplies, which isn't bad, but oftentimes I don't have the cargo space to hold them, so that's probably worse than this option. There's the one we just did, which is a Z story and some fragments, so it's like you get your story back that you traded to get down there. And then let's see, I think there's one more. Maybe not. That might be all of them. 4 different things you can get. It's definitely worth a stop. I don't really want to fight those parrots again. So let's turn our light off and hope they don't see us. in the fog. Doesn't look like they spotted us. Oh, we've come down a little bit too far to the east, so we'll swing around over here. I think we're out of range of those birds. Turn our light back on. So far, terror not an issue. So we're going to use up this last crate of this fuel. And then I'm going to go ahead and use up this crate of supplies too. There we go. Alright, so what are we going to do here? We can't influence our spies' needs. We can, oh, that's right, we have to find this guy's snuffer. I kind of forgot about it. Alright, let's do that first. He wants it captured alive. The docks throng, the streets bustle, the blue bazaar heaves, thousands upon thousands of faces. The snuffer could be hiding behind any one of them. How will you find it? It mobilized my network. That's almost certainly what I'm going to do. Let's give it a shot. 60% chance of success. I failed, and I lost the networks. Poor Carnelian. Maybe we'll try it one more time. 45% chance. Alright, we succeeded. A good day's work. You issue coded instructions to your agents. Within the day, the snuffer is identified, isolated, subdued, with the gift of carefully poisoned hat seeped in paralytic jellyfish extracts, placed in a coffin, another coffin, carried to your ship and chained in the hold before the poison wears off. A diet of neuter-salted candles keeps it quiet for the return journey. If been masquerading as an aide at the governor's mansion, undoubtedly questions will be asked regarding his disappearance, but you'll be long gone by then. Okay. So our network is kind of in shambles here, but oh, that didn't use up a network slot. Good. So it's not quite that bad. But I'm waiting until hopefully I can find another judgment stone, which will give me a bunch of it at once. Let's compile a book, a port report, and we still have a something awaits you, and I can't do this. I don't want to do that. That's not 45% is not high enough. So maybe we'll try this. I've never actually done this before, which is kind of amazing considering all the times I've been here. I succeeded. Glimmer of truth. Braving the jungle's violet spore drift, you find a narrow stream. You meal among the red cap agariacs that spot the banks. It doesn't heave with sapphires as the stories promise, but an afternoon's panning yields a pocket full of glittering shards. So I didn't actually get any a crate of sapphires. I just got 30 echo, which is not that great. Alright, so let's see. We're going to need to buy some coffee. We need 5 for the Connate, 1 for my network, and 7 for the guy back in London, which is exactly how much space I have in my cargo hold. Is this prisoner taking up a cargo space? I don't see him on here anywhere. Oh, this is taking up a cargo space. That's kind of annoying. Alright, well, I don't have as many fuel or supplies as I would necessarily like. I kind of like to buy more, but don't have any cargo space. So we will just head out and hope that we don't need more coffee than I already bought. That should be right, though. 5 for the Connate, 1 for the network, and 7 for the guy back in London. Alright, so the question is, do we want to go all the way over here? I don't think so. It's too far out of the way. We will save that for another day. We will just head up to the Mangrove College. So let's turn our light back off so we can sneak past these parrots. And head for the Mangrove College. where we should be able, we'll be able to pick up at least one free supplies there, because compiling a port report at the college gives you a supplies, and we'll see how much else we have room for. If we're running short on supplies, we can buy more at Khan's Shadow. These parrots are getting a little too close. Alright, we left them behind. If we need more, we can buy them at Khan's Shadow or at Port Cecil. Probably Khan's Shadow has a better price on them, though. But Port Cecil's not too bad either. I'm pretty sure Khan's Shadow... Yeah, they sell fuel and supplies, I remember. So... Again, this glare on my screen is making it a little bit hard to see if there's anything out there. But so far it's been a pretty uneventful journey. It'll also be interesting to see how much money this nets us. We're not really doing this we're actually spending more money than we're making so far on this journey. But we still got a couple thousand echoes in the bank, plus the port reports that we've picked up. Plus there's a few things I could liquidate in case of an emergency. I got some moves in the Great Game. I got a strategic information. So I think I'll be okay. Alright, so how much hold space do we have? We have 2 spaces. So when we compile a port report, it should get rid of our hunger and give us 1 supplies. Yeah. And then that leaves us 1 space left to pick up a passenger. Okay. Got a lot of passengers on this trip. So we can go ahead and just go beachcombing then. A nasty lava glue, something glittering. Let's do driftwood. Outlandish artifact. Excellent. Okay. Alright. That was easy. Now up to Gator's Morn to drop off the shady sorts. This would have been kind of an interesting way to grind out money, going from Mangrove College up to Gator's Morn. It wouldn't have been too terrible, but you'd still have to go back to Fallen London periodically to reduce your terror. So probably not long-term economical. It does make this particular run a little bit less of a drain on my resources. So, Gator's Morn, Port Cecil. Probably go straight to Khan's Heart, I'm thinking. I hope the third destination for the dead is somewhere that I know of, and it's not like Mount Palmerston or Polythyrene. I think that's what that name of that city is. Where I haven't discovered yet. I discovered polythyrene in my last video, but not so far in this one. If I had to guess, I would guess it's over here or over here, but haven't found it yet. Although, if they want to go there, I might spend some time looking for it since I'm already out here. Alright, so we're gonna dock. And then, how many secrets do I have currently? I have 6. I'm gonna spend 4 of them on improving my veils. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just a couple for emergencies. Just because I'm about to make a Veils check. Well, this puts it back up to 91% to gather intelligence. I succeeded. I didn't get a strategic information this time. I think you just have to roll really well on that Veils check to get one. Drop off the shady sorts. And sure. Oh, so I can trade a Z story and a Tale of Terror for a bunch of fragments, or I can get some terror and a Tale of Terror. Well, I got my Z story back from the Fathom King. Let's go ahead and pick up some more fragments. Yeah, 50 fragments. It's quite a few fragments. I also lose terror instead of gaining it, and I got a long way to go on this journey, so I think that was worth doing. I have a lot of Tales of Terror sticks stocked up. So I think I can actually sell my romantic literature here if I wanted to. No? No, I guess I can't. Okay. Alright, well, we still got plenty of fuel and supplies, so let's head out to Port Cecil, where we'll probably take another stab at collecting more Scintillec. It's almost due east, actually. The principles of coral, the corpse rainbow glow from beneath the waves echoes the false stars above. It's like Scintillec glowing coral. And I don't see that albino moray that hangs out by the docks. There it is. And again, we got our lantern back just in the nick of time. Okay, Port Cecil. Compile a port report. And yeah, my pages is not giving me a great chance there. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. This is the same thing that happened last time. I gained 2 terror and 1 Scintillec. Got 5 cargo space left. Okay. Do I want to buy supplies here? I think I'll wait till I get to Khan's Shadow. Okay, is there anything else I want to do here? No. Alright. So I'd like to do Khan's Glory, Khan's Heart, Khan's Shadow. Yeah, I will, even though it's a little bit inefficient. I think I will do it that way. Wreck of the Emperor Wolfgang. There's a boat, a wrecked ship on the top of that island. It must have gotten wrecked on the coral, and then the coral grew above the surface and carried the ship with it. That's my guess. I'm gonna slip past this albino moray. He's getting a little close for comfort here. Yeah, alright, he turned around. So we'll slip in the south gate of the Khanate here, and just kind of sail up and around. me turn my light back on. There's a ship all the way up off the port beam there, but I don't think it's going to bother me. Oh yeah, we gotta go under this bridge here. That's our route. Algetty's Bridge. So I wonder what my tourist option will be on in Khan's Heart. I do have a pretty random, eclectic collection of stuff, but some of it I don't want to use. No one should be patriotic, but the glory is so much pretty. One knows one should be patriotic, but the glory is so much prettier than London. Although one finds one tiring of all the guns pointed at one, one should find a better pronoun. They may be taking not shot, burnt, or exercise. Well, they would have stayed home if they wanted an easy life. Or I could use my influence with the leopard. They're on their own. Enthusiasm. Your term colonists return, delighted, brandishing their sketches of the Khaganate palaces. One intends to remodel Venderbite after Khan's glory. It'll take decades, she opines. Decades! I may be long gone, she sighs. Long gone. To the Chelonates. Do I know where that is? I'll think about that. Alright, offer a gift to the leopard. And then petition for access to the Nephrite Quarter. A grand ceremony. And the effusive official is today attended by 3 servants and a blue priest, each carrying a candle of a different color. He speaks a formula in Khaganian, in Greek, and in one of the languages of the Elder Continent. You are anointed with oils and presented with a pair of sharkskin gloves. The blue priest admits you to a slightly less debased elekion, slightly less debased echelon, that's what that word is, echelon of foreignness, and blesses you in the name of the deep blue heaven. After that, you start filling in forms. Alright, I have a Nephrite ring, and I lost 5 favors. Okay. Oh, I can offer a gift. That's what I use Drowning Pearls for. Well, do I want to burn some of them here, or do I want to, Sure, I need 3 of them in order to plead my case, so maybe I'll just go ahead and do that now. Spend 15 pearls. I'll still have some left. And then if I need to, I can reduce my. Oh, I can also offer him strategic information by spending 3. Treason is such an old-fashioned word. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Betray fallen London? Never. Well, okay, maybe someday, but not today. My suspicion isn't that high with them. So where is it that they wanted to go again? They wanted to go... The Chillinate. Do I know where that is? I don't think I know where that is. Alright, well, I might be doing some exploring around here. We'll see. Or I might go back to Fallen London first. I'd kind of like to get rid of him, though. Chillinate. Alright, so I can enter the Nephirite Quarter. Yeah, I need... If I have 9, I couldn't, but I can. Let's gather a report here. Oh, that gives me a suspicion. Alright, well I can't do that too much more. Alright, visit the shops tab. So what can I buy here? I can buy fuel and supplies for a reasonable price. I can buy mirror catch. I can buy spider silk. I can buy coffee beans for 40. Foxfire candles for 30. That's a little bit cheaper than they are in London. I can sell these feathers for 2. That is twice as much as I get for them in London. And I can buy romantic literature for 19. I don't know why this is here. Buy 0, sell 0. It's odd. Well, let's go ahead and buy 4 more romantic literature for my quest. And then I think I'm just going to go ahead and sell these royal feathers. I know where to get more of them if I need them. And $2 each is better than 1. Okay. Alright. Let's fulfill my spy's needs. And with this, I am sorry. Okay. This one weird old trick. The room is booked, the dinner arranged, the special dish is prepared, the sign is made, a boatman is bribed, the bat is drugged, and it goes off flawlessly. Excellent. I gained a network, I gained a vital intelligence, and I lost a move in the great game. Okay, perfect. And now I have a net. That gives you a network and a vital intelligence. All right. What's the next thing that they need? A diplomatic agent. 56% chance. Let's give it a shot. I failed. I lost my diplomatic agent. And I gained 2 suspicion. Well, that was not good. Do I still have access over here? I do, but I gotta be careful. What do they need now? Another 56% chance of success. What's my Seek Intelligence percentage? 60. Let's pass on this. Let's go ahead and wander Khan's Hearts. A shrine of deep blue heaven. Above, the roof of the neath is black, impassive, prickled with false stars. But the Kaganians still remember the sky. You pass an open-walled shrine with a domed roof. The interior is painted a deep, pure indigo. Citizens kneel below it while a brute priest speaks. He reaches the climax of his prayer. A rosy golden light swells inside the dome. The worshippers murmur in complacent delight. The dome is now a perfect, heartbreaking morning sky blue. A color you haven't seen for... how long? Filament bulbs, your bosun whispers importantly beside you. Give me honest gaslight any day. I lost 5 terror. Okay. Is there anything else I want to buy here? How much space do I have in my hold? Am I going to do any exploring? I think I will. Fuel for 15 and supplies for 25. Maybe I'll see how much they cost in Khan's Shadow. I think they cost about this. Maybe I'll buy 3 fuel, 3 supplies at these prices and see what they cost in Khan's Shadow. So that was, they're 15 and 25 each here. We don't need another mirror catch box. I don't need any more coffee. Still cheaper at the colony than here. Alright, I got my romantic literature. Alright, we can leave. And let's see. Let's go ahead and head out to Khan's Shadow. And then we might do a little bit of exploring in this area just to see if we can find, what was the name of that town again? The Chelinates. Certainly doesn't sound like any place I've been to before. Yeah, no, it's not that. It's not that. Yeah, I don't think I've been there before. Oh, I've gone swung a little bit too far south to go to Khan's Shadow. Alright. There it is. Alright, file a port report. Fuel is 50, it's the same price. Mirror catch box is the same price, I think. Alright, I don't think there's anything else for me to do here. No. I don't have an element of the dawn. So we can buy Stiggy and Ivory here instead of at Wither. Sure. I got enough echoes to fund some exploration journeys. Let's head out. Head south and see what we can find. My terror is still in great shape. Alright. Good shape, I would say, probably. Not great shape. 21. Discovered visage. Discovered flourishing of years. Stanford's Expanse, named for one who lost his child to cats. Bacula's Cove. Oh, there's a port there. Alright, well, let's go check it out. The Reef of Roses. Oh, yeah, I do have a lantern. Visage. This is the port of Visage, where faces may not be naked. Faces may not be naked, except one, a stone monument the size of a village church, serenely gazing upwards, flourishing of years. Once you set foot on Visage, you may be here for a little while. Okay, that's fine. Create a port report. That will have to do. A departing merchant gives you a confused account of crocodiles and honeycakes and something about blockage. To this, you add your own impressions about the street layout close to the port and the types of commerce here. When the lights are especially bright, it is possible to make out the details of the profile of the great stone face. No shops, no shipyard. All right, let's go. All those who enter must play their parts. The sign is visible only after you've crossed the threshold. Check in at the customs house. One may not wander visitors at will. Okay? The changing room. All visitors must pass one by one through a room guarded by a person in the mask of a moon moth. Okay. Ask to go without any mask. Your own fair face will do for you. Thanks very much. Ask about the significance of masks, or I can choose frog, locust, or bat. Curious, voracious, or threatening. Let's ask about their significance. Maybe there's more to it than just a question of aesthetic taste. Assorted pestilences. Moon Moth explained each mask declares a different intention towards the denizens of Visage and must be accompanied by suitable behavior. The frog is for visitors who, though perhaps clumsy and unfamiliar with local etiquette, have come in order to observe local ways and make uncouth comments about them. The locust is for those who seek profit in Visage and would carry away as many goods as possible. You prompt about the bat. Moon Moth hesitates. Bat is an ill-omened visitor, sent as a messenger or spy. Bat always dies. Okay, I will not be choosing the bat then. Let's take the locust. Choose the locust method. Looks voracious. Hunger for all things. The moon moth settles a locust mask over your head. The eye holes are covered with a thin gold film through which valuable objects gleam more brightly. May you find a happy harvest, says Moon Moth. Then, when you have turned partly turned away, it double knots the ties on its purse, as though you're likely to pick its pockets. Doesn't it know you can see that? Okay. Alright. On the lower slopes, stone buildings, flat roofs, archways. In the architecture, there lingers a memory of lotus and palm frond. The hill above is a face, forever looking up at the ceiling of the Untersee. No one inhabits its cheeks or the hollows of its eyes. I can visit the library of parts, so-called because all the books are fragmentary, perhaps. Visit the flood court. The moon moth speaks as though you should already know what that is. Or end my performance and leave the island. Let's visit the library of parts. Stoop at the lintel until they're dark. A room of heavy stone guarded by a golden statuette of a woman with outstretched arms. The scroll niches sorted to correspond to a variety of masks. The jackal and the lioness, the crocodile and the dung beetle. A woman in the mask of a lotus blossom is standing at the lectern, reading in silence. So I can ask about the purpose of the room. I can steal the most valuable looking scroll for later sale. It is the sort of thing a locust might do. I have a 91% chance of success. I can read over the lotus blossom's shoulder, or I can pick the pockets of the readers for a 100% chance of success. Let's try and steal the scroll. I succeeded. Gilt-edged scrolls, papyrus bound with emerald green silk bands, poems of the traversal to a realm of the dead. Into your sack they go, leaving the scroll niches bare. The moon moth does not see what you do. The carapace of your costume hides everything. Okay, I have one visit, and I succeed. That's hilarious. Okay. Let's go to the flood court. High water. The flood court is a long stone room with 2 racks of columns on each side. Currently, the court is ankle deep in water. The water stains on the stone show that the flood has often reached higher, sometimes up to the height of your waist. In a raised niche at the far end of the room sits a statue of a man with the head of a ram. He holds a jar from which water flows onto the floor. I can ask about the purpose. I can say how much you like the pool. That's a frog thing to do. Gather corn from the floor. Apparently people use it as a wishing well. I can study the calendars drawn on the walls. Let's ask about the purpose of the room. Depth per day. From a corner, Moon Moth picks up a graduated stick. He shows you how a person standing at the end of the room may dip the stick into water and use it to measure the water level at a pre-selected point, and how the measurements are compared with measurements written on a calendar. If the water level does not match the calendrical position, an assembly of pipes and drains is used to adjust it. It used to be, says the moth, that the water rose and fell of its own accord, and the people before wrote down what height it reached. Now the water is still, but thanks to their actions we can replicate the rise and fall so as to still be pleasing to the god of flood. It completes the explanation with a half-body bow towards the statue of the ram deity. I have to do one of these, and I only have one option. I have a 2/3 chance of success. Okay. Gotcha. Did I succeed? I succeeded. You wade into the water and begin gathering coins. People watch you from behind their masks, but no one tries to stop you. After a moment, the other locust masks in the room swarm with you, 4 and 5 and 6 of you together, scraping up the coins from the bottom of the pool, working your way along until everything is gone. It is just how a locust ought to behave. Okay. Alright, let's go back here and try and pick their pockets. It's a 100% chance of success. You dip your fingers into a crocodile's purse and acquire a few coppers from a heron. The coins here are no more than tiny copper chips, each stamped with an eye sigil. The exchange rate must be thousands of these to the echo, hardly worth taking home. But you've acted as a locust is meant to act, anyhow. There are no scrolls for locusts in the Library of Parts. Okay, so I can't do those. Has been making subtle overtures for some time. You only now understand them. Okay. It is keen to go. It draws you aside into a closet in the customs house. Had enough of visage? It tells you frankly. Here, you can take my mask and pretend to be me, and I'll trade in the visitor mask and get on some departing ship. Get my life back. Its face, no, now you see her face, is aging but unlined. A lifetime of never needing to use a facial expression. Okay, so now I have a moth mask. So now I have some more options open to me. I can visit the house of the chief geometer, is understood to be an honor. I can visit the temple of Apis. All the denizens and visitors go there sooner or later. Or I can visit the site of the face. The stone cheek of flourishing of years is visited as a pilgrimage by the inhabitants of visage, and if you are in a good favor, you too may go. Okay. Let's start with the side of the face. You must, of course, wait until your work with this day's crop of frogs and locusts is complete. It would not be suitable to bring them along. Up on the hillside, the buildings become scarcer and then vanish entirely, leaving you looking at the bottom of a great chin. I can push a visiting bat off the stone chin. The visitor is wearing all black and keeps reaching up to scratch under its pathway. I can face the stone with new mark. This will get you kicked off the island in all likelihood. Silently observe the attitude of a visiting lion. It is paying obeisance to the face. Offer instruction to the frog that found its way up here. That's the sort of thing your moth would have done to you. Ugh. Well, it's the choice is between push off a bat or offer instruction to a frog. I'm definitely going to push the bat off. You approach the bat. It takes a step sideways away from the cliff edge and cocks its head at you. "Hey there," he says. "You're not me executioner." Perhaps it's not your role then. Okay. Alright, well my two moth rolls here were both very difficult. So let's try the Temple of Apis. The wounded god. In the center of the temple is a black bull with a white diamond on its face. It is tied in place with heavy ropes and it is wounded in the thigh. From this wound it bleeds copiously without dying. I can ask whether the bull will be alright. Okay, that's obviously a frog thing to do. Offer to sell them a new undamaged bull. Collect some blood for myself. Perhaps it's a holy relic. Perhaps could be sold at one of the unsuspecting botels. Leave a respectful token of offering. Even wounded, it remains a god. Observe and make notes. Or try to bandage the bowl. I don't think any of these are really for me. This is more of a locust thing to do, I think. Let's observe and make notes. You alone may act. The priest would be suspicious of anyone else who did this, but you, as a moon moth, often have a need to narrate the rituals of visage to the newcomers. The explanations in the Library of Parts are not suitable for strangers, and therefore you are expected to compose them on your own. Oh, that was the appropriate thing to do. Awesome. So, I also got an intriguing snippet. Alright, let's visit the house of the chief geometer. Lines in wet ground. Each morning, the man in the cobra mask draws lines in the mud flat with a pointed steel rod. This apportions to each inhabitant a small trapezoidal area from which to harvest mushrooms and scrape salt. No plot is ever preserved from one day to the next. This man is the chief geometer, keeper of directions, master of land measures and sea measures. He wears a cobra mask. Now you have been invited to his home at the time customarily appointed for him to receive those who are not his equal rank, yet not so far beneath him as to be deserved to be ignored. What ceremonial gift will you bring? Bring a string of rats. I know that I'm not supposed to do that. Bring a necklace of lapis beads. I know I'm not supposed to do that. Fresh candles. Bring nothing. Do not go. So I have two choices here. I can bring a poem concerning snakes copied on a new scroll, or I can bring him 2 honey cakes. Let's try the poem. Mixed results. He appears to be pleased by this gift, but it takes him aback as well. Several times he remarks that this is the sort of merchandise is something he would expect to be brought to the island by a bat. It requires a great deal of chittering and wing folding to persuade him of your moth nature. Roll 7, aware of higher rolls. Enter the hollow of the ear. This is a journey of several steps and may conclude your current visit. Alright. Proud nose. It is a festival day. The great stone face has been illuminated from forehead to chin with blazing torches so that the profile is visible from the side more clearly than you have ever seen it. Flourishing of years is awake, says the genderless figure in the crocodile mask. All the denizens of the village are walking towards the ear together. There is a place in the procession which belongs by right to the wearer of your mask. So I can fall in line with the others, or I can strip off my mask and prepare to depart. I don't bring up a flare. Let's try it. Among your own, you go through as if you were truly one of them. You carry nothing with you but your mask and your costume. May your heart be light as a feather, says the woman in the lotus blossom mask as you fall in line behind her. The road you follow leads up through switchbacks along the side of the face, and finally to the ear of flourishing of years, and into the cave that is your ear. The tunnel bends back on itself, and all lights have now been extinguished. There is nothing to guide you but the hand of the person behind you on your back, and the movement of the person who is in front of you. The one who walks beside you wears a bat mask. Fortunately, the floor of the tunnel is very smooth and prevents no stumbling blocks. Sound carries strangely in this place, however. Sometimes you cannot hear your own footsteps, and sometimes a breath comes back to you audible from someplace ahead in line. Continue. There is a secret in the dark. The footsteps of the people are steady and synchronized, and you go together. For how many years has this been done, and for how many years will be done in the future? Watch your step. Watch your step, here, says Batmask to you in an undervoice. Its accent is the accent of Woolstock docks. Floor's about to get squishier. And sure enough, it does. Empty-handed and brave. Deep within. At last the tunnel opens out. You and all the other congregants spread out in a cavernous space. A voice speaks in the darkness, a ritual preparation. Here at the new year we gather under the one mask of flourishing of years. Her face is turned to the gods. Protected by her mask, we may remove our own. Protected by her script, we may speak outside our parts. Here and there is the sound of people fumbling with ties and strings. Your own face feels different with the mask off. So I can wait and listen. I can tell someone my own secrets. Oh, because I have a lamentable relic. I can fight the urge to giggle. I can receive the consciousness of a stranger as holy. Sure, let's tell one of my own secrets. Strangely liberating. You begin to speak. Certain weights lift away. You have been in the wrong from time to time, but it is forgivable. I gained 10 fragments and lost 10 terror. Sounds good. The hour of confidence is drawing to its end. If there is anything you need to do, now is the time. Alright, there's nothing I need to do. Maybe later I'll get a quest to come back here. Last bell. At the end of the hour there comes a woman with a feather of shimmering silver which she tucks into your hand, symbol of the innocent heart that will not be eaten by the jackal. Then a bell rings and the time of speech is over. You all begin to put your mask back on. It is possible, you cannot know for sure, that in this cover someone has exchanged a mask with somebody else. It is an orderly and perfect line that emerges again from the era flourishing of years. If anyone watches from above, they must surely be satisfied. I gained a secret. Oh, I gained a captivating treasure. Nice. And I'm up to 9. Respecter of the secret mysteries. And your performance in leading. You can't stay in character forever. Fair enough. Calmer. When the other citizens are distracted, you find your way to the familiar customs house and rid yourself of the mask and robe. There is satisfaction in laying aside a role well performed. Okay, I lost 10 terror. And I'm done with this port. I'm all the way down to 3 terror. Well, I certainly can stay out here and keep exploring for a while then. And I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. I realize I'm in the middle of a voyage, but it seems like a good stopping place. So if you enjoyed it, please consider liking the video or subscribing to the channel. And I hope you have a terrific day.